14B District Court is now in session with the Honorable Lorraine C. Washington presiding.
Thank you. The court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Samuel Dobrowolski, case number 21F00190.
APA Rachel McDuffie on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Miller here on behalf of my client Samuel Dobrowolski. He is experiencing some nerve pain, is going to remain standing for that reason, so I'll remain standing as well. It is difficult for him to sit right now, he said.
Thank you. Can you state your name, sir?
Sam Dobrowolski.
Thank you. All right, we're supposed to be here for sentencing today?
Yes, Your Honor. I did have a chance to go over the report with Mr. Dobrowolski. No corrections, modifications. We do ask the court to follow the recommendation.
Ms. McDuffie?
I agree with the recommendation, and I first of all want to thank Mr. Dobrowolski for stepping up and taking responsibility for this case. My concerns are actually that I'm not sure to what extent he really understands why he's here today, what happened in this case, and what needs to happen so that he doesn't end up here on another one. We started out with him wanting to represent himself, and I was very grateful that he kind of thought better of that and went with counsel. I can see in his statements, in his sentencing statement, that he's demonstrating some sort of compassion, and I appreciate that. The problem is that this is a stalking case, and usually the concern is not indifference, but it's actually the very ill-informed opposite of that, which is behavior that's basically obsessive, and he doesn't mean any harm, or believes that he doesn't, but obviously the underlying case allegations are disturbing. Mr. Dobrowolski does not appear to quite be in touch with reality in general here. Some of his comments are making me wonder to what extent programming is going to be able to take effect if he doesn't have a sense of even where he is right now. If he really, does he understand that he's in court right now, what we're doing? These are normally sort of competency questions that will come up, but and that his responses about his contact, his behavior, and what his restrictions might be, and he sort of gave he kind of equivocated, and as if he may or may not follow, some of those things, depending on. I just don't know what to think here. I'm glad to see the recommendation for a mental health assessment. I certainly think that one is relevant. This case is older, and the history that I have is older. I don't have updated information on anything that may have been going on with him in the past few years while this original event happened. I hope that he cooperates to the extent that he can. It's difficult. It's the tricky part about this, a situation like this. It's kind of difficult to ask somebody to cooperate with an assessment when they may not have a good sense of themselves and where they are in the world to even be able to do that. I think that he can, based on what I've seen. I just hope that he's willing to. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to say on behalf of your client? Because I have the same concerns.
Absolutely, Your Honor. And I am stepping in for Mr. Lebo. So unfortunately, I don't have quite the same background here as Mr. Lebo may have. But I think the recommendation is fitting, and I certainly hope also that the assessment will be helpful, and I think we'll learn more as he goes through probation. I hope that it will be helpful.
Thank you. Mr. Dobrowolski, sir. So first of all, I'm just gonna be direct because that's who I am. It says in here that you believe that you're in heaven?
Yes, me and my people get to heaven now.
You and your people get to heaven now. What does that mean?
There's something to do with the saints. The saints are not understood. Appreciate it. People that smear me and my people, say that I'm not aware of my surroundings. I'm very aware of my surroundings.
Okay. You say you're very aware of your surroundings.
I think I'm very misunderstood by the system, by everybody involved here.
You're very misunderstood by the system? In what way?
Stigma and bias against people with schizophrenia, and instead of embracing schizophrenia, which I
Can you speak up just a little bit for me?
instead of embracing schizophrenia, which I think people trapped in the system should do, they treat it as like a disease, and I know that it is getting to heaven now.
Oh, that's how you see schizophrenia?
Point of view, you're not going to understand that. I understand and respect your point of view, but this is like the meaning of my life, to stand up for these people and myself.
I see. Okay. Let's say I accept your point of view as your truth, right? Having that understanding, though, brings me some concerns, but that's not why we're here right now. Particularly, we're here because of the stalking piece. So then I have to ask you whether you're going to follow my orders if I say no contact with her.
I will do that. I don't want to cause her any, I care about her. I don't want to cause her emotional stress.
And you understand that that's what you do when you have contact?
That's what this has been allegedly said.
And she told you personally not to contact her, right?
Yes.
So if she tells you that, then those are her emotions, her feelings. You told me you could respect my opinions, right? Can you respect her opinions
Yes.
and respect where she is and where her husband is? Because she has a husband, right? I need you to answer yes or no to that.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay, and so you've been told not to contact either one of them, right?
Yes.
All right, so are you willing to follow those rules?
Yes.
Because if you violate them, you know what happens?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay, what do you think happens?
I could go to jail.
Yes, exactly. You don't want to do that. And I don't want to have to send you there. But I need to make sure she feels safe and that she is safe. Okay? And her husband too. Are we clear on that part?
Yes, I want that as well. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to follow the recommendation. It is the sentence of this court that you serve 365 days in the Washington County Jail. Credit for no days. The 365 days are suspended. What that means is, as long as you follow my orders, then you don't have to do any jail time. If you don't follow the orders, then you have to go to jail, like we just talked about. You're on probation for 60 months. That's a total of 5 years. You understand that part?
Yes.
All right. Fines and court costs in this particular case? For a total of $495. You're to meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home visits, weekly phone reports, and probation group meetings. You're to attend and complete a mental health assessment and follow all their recommendations, including medication, if that is ordered. You're to attend and complete the batter's intervention assessment and mental health assessment and treatment if deemed appropriate. You're restricted from having any alcoholic beverages in your home. You're to submit to, pay, and be responsible for random drug and alcohol tests as requested by the court, probation, or any treatment provider. You're to provide monthly verification of compliance with all of these conditions. To do that, you have to go online and fill out a form. It's called a probation report form. You have to do that every month, okay? Is that a yes? I have to have you answer out loud. Okay. And you attend court reviews as ordered by the court and provide proof of compliance of all of your probation conditions. You to make earnest efforts to maintain legitimate employment. I see you're employed, so please keep that up. You're not to engage in any social media contact with the victim in this case. No assaultive or threatening behavior towards her whatsoever, no contact with her, no going to her place of residence or place of employment, no contact with her husband. No use or possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, drug paraphernalia, no being in the presence of anyone using those, or firearm components, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons, and no being in the company of anyone carrying those or using those. I'm gonna see you here in about 30 days. That's gonna put us on September 23rd, 2024 at 10 a.m. I'll do this via Zoom. But do you use Zoom, sir, or you only do in person?
I prefer in person. I had trouble with the camera the first time.
Okay. All right, then we'll make it 11 in person, okay? All right, we'll see you back here on September 23rd, okay, sir?
Okay.
All right, thank you.